Back in 1924, but renovated in 2002, there's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. Now a play fake here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Here's Johnson. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Gone. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. The give is to Bell. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Desmond King making the tackle. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's take it at around the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Onto the field now come the Bears. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Goff on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Hey, you got 3, you got Black 20.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
What's tight? Tight is right. Cut. 180. DC.
From the gun, here's Goff. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Johnson on the counter. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Run.
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
A give to Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Tannehill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Goff. And that's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. Out of the gun. Goff. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
To throw is Goff. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On second down, Ingram. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
It looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. The Bears on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Ever Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And Bryant's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
To return it is Corey Graham. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Thomas Davis in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. From the gun on third down, Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super tough.
And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right. Come on now.
They'll run it with Johnson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now it's gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. The 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Go.
In search of redemption from the pick six. Goff. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Goff. Screenplay, Johnson. And some room to roam now. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Cut. Like 20. Cut.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
West number 29. Cut. Like 20.
Gone. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here.
180.
Goff. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far, They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, 20.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Let's take it inside his own 40. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They go to Johnson again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey. 180.
Goff now looks to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. The tackle that time by William Hayes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Again, it's Bell. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Buster Screen is able to bring him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. William Hayes in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. On now is the Packers punter. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken at the 46. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Well, they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage, usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
Hey, go. 180.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And strong running. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Packers get set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch, a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Thomas Davis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here. Still
the rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's got some space here. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and the Packers pick it up. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And, you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill looking middle, and it's incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he loses the football a second time. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And he gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to sling this deep. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown. Chicago. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Block. Check three.
On the counter, here's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
Bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard. The Packers on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. This is Bell. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Bears on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The return man is Grant. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
50-50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Tag. Where you at?
They'll run it with Bell. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Nigel Bradham brings him down. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Turn them set.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bears, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
go.